Oh, listen, there's some organizations that I love to talk about more than other organizations, and Scouting is one of the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Senior Scouts, all of them. Just such terrific adventures they have. And there's a couple of CEOs here who know all about those adventures. And what I need to ask you, the two CEOs, and I want to make sure that I get this right, Girl Scouts, Arizona Cactus Pine Council, Mary Mitchell, Christina Spicer, and the most important thing that I can ask you right now is what's been on my mind really all day, and that is, with all of the things we can talk about regarding scouting, where's my cookies?
In my car, in my trunk. So if you would like some, but you have to watch a video of our wonderful girls pitching and telling those stories. So we've got cookies for you.
Well, and who doesn't like Girl Scout cookies? New flavors?
Yes. So
we have the great new raspberry rally cookie.
Do you have any in your car, Mary?
I don't have any in my car. I try to get them away as soon as I get them because I'll eat them all.
You know what I find particularly interesting about your background is the current now two co-CEOs of basically scouting in this part of Arizona. You were never a Girl Scout, and I believe, at least according to your biography, you only spent a year?
Yep, about a year and a half.
Okay. What have you learned as adults that you didn't know about the scouting movement? Christina?
So there are a couple of different pieces. So, even as a young child, so I was a brownie in California, and it was my very first place that I ever had a really strong sense of belonging. If I didn't show up to that meeting, somebody knew that I wasn't there. And so then as an adult, that really helped to plant that seed. And so looking back on that, that's what we want to be able to make sure every single girl has that great sense of belonging and connection with their community and with their other sister Girl Scouts.
Mary, for the parents that are watching right now, somebody has a daughter and they're thinking about something that the daughter could be active in. Why Scouts? Why Girl Scouts?
First of all, I think it's this whole thing about a sense of belonging and sisterhood. So that's amazing. The other thing is all of the opportunities that Girl Scouting has to offer. So I often think about what might I have chosen to do had Girl Scouting been present for me, given all of the possibilities that Girl Scouting has to offer, along with the sense of belonging. I could have explored a myriad of careers and opportunities and tested things that I loved and what I might become passionate about as an adult. So I'd say to parents, Girl Scouting would be the ideal thing to put in front of your daughter as a chance to test her passions, give her a sense of what she might love, and then to give her a greater sense of connection with other girls who are doing the very same thing, trying to figure out, what's their life's passion.
And this has been a subject of some controversy for a while, and I'm hoping that it's resolved. And I'm talking about the fact that Boy Scouts have more activities, more advantages, more benefits than Girl Scouts. What about that?
So, what we can speak about is Girl Scouting, because that's the organization that we have the great privilege of leading.
Yeah, but you can be mean to the Boy Scouts if you want to.
Absolutely never. And so what we know is that Girl Scouting has an incredible, we've been around for 110 years. And during that 110 years, we've been able to provide unique and relevant activities for girls to do the things that they want to do. We are a girl-led organization, and so we want to make sure that they have the chance. So if they want to do something, we want to be able to provide access and that our volunteers know how to do that. So we have lots of adventure. We have 4 camps that are residential and 1 camp that's up in, that's a day camp up in Kingman. And great opportunities for girls to do high adventure items, to explore the out of doors. And so for us, I would say come check it out and see. And we'll let the girls tell you whether or not they get all the adventure that they want from Girl Scouting.
That's a great response. And I hope that I have an equally great response from this question for you, Mary. When is cookie time?
Oh, gosh. So we are in the midst of cookie sale now, and it starts at the end of January, comes in mid to end of January, and flows out through this year, early March. And so, look, I think if you go to any grocery store, which I was at one just last weekend, and thank goodness I had myself together because I had to take a photo with a young girl, that Girl Scouting is very visible and our girls are out there selling as many cookies as they can so they can have as many of those adventures we just talked about as they possibly can. And I think the backside that often gets left out of the cookie season and all that money that girls earn to do the things that they love is that they also take a good percentage of those proceeds and put it back into the community.
And
so
it doesn't
cookie
take a
sales-
really hard sell because the
does not.
product is so good. Okay, very quickly, the family right now wants to know how to start in the Girl Scouts.
So if you just log on to girlscoutsaz.org, and there's a little box there they can click to join now.
Be a good scout for your daughters, okay? This is Pat McMahon, and boy, I'll tell you, there's hardly any more fun than you could possibly have than getting a merit badge for either the Girls or Boy Scouts.